Good to go.
All right. Hello. Welcome. No, I said that over. Cut that. Hello. Welcome to Movie Talks and Show. I'm the host of Movie Talks and Show, the podcast guy, Doug Tschirhart. Today, I have three guests. You may or may not know them. Here they are.
Hello. Hello, I am Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall. Awesome. And this is my podcast. No, it's not. Actually, this is the 5th anniversary,
Yes.
part 1 podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
I just want to say I'm very proud of my boys here. You know, I'm only on this show once in a while. Usually I replace one of the
Once in a while.
and eventually I'm going to replace everybody. It will be. But
What are you doing in my apartment again, Doug? I'll just show up.
you see how it's there. I'm just start doing it. Yeah.
He doesn't even go here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not supposed to be here today. No, I just want to say I'm very proud of my boys here. And it is the 5th, and I think we should take a celebratory to toast to 5 years. We're entering into the 6th year.
Yes.
Yep. Which is insane for any business or podcast. You know, you guys have not killed each other yet, and you guys have made it last. I mean, there's famous podcasts where the hosts split up like 2 years.
That's what I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Proud of. We haven't.
I was waiting to get the call, like,
What you're surprised
Gavin
haven't
quit.
dragged Patrick out and
well, I was waiting for either one. Patrick got killed by you guys, and I had to come in and replace him. Or Gavin just said, fuck you guys and quit, and then I had to come in. So I'm still waiting. I'm like the beacon.
There's
I'm
something
like,
a third of Tony's just done with our bullshit.
yeah, and that's it. And then it's just me and Tony.
Yeah, we show up. We're locked out.
Yeah. And it's me and Tony in here, and you guys are looking in the window going, guys, let us in. And we're like, don't just ignore the man at the window. Just ignore them.
There's a new logo. What's going on?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Why are there only 2 faces?
All right, guys. I'm very proud of you, like I said. Jake, for inviting me into your world and being my friend. I don't have a lot of them, so here we go.
To 5 years.
Mm,
What a while since I've had Jim Beam.
that is a good shit. I will not lie.
Glad I had to choose it smooth.
All right. So today it is the
Tube.
milk was a bad choice.
That put in the wrong body.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. So today I talked to the boys and I said, you know, we should do a, look back. You really haven't done something like that yet, I don't think.
We've done
a little bit,
a little bit.
but no, our past ones we did trivia. We've done
Yes.
a little bit of, hey, let's talk about whatever. Yeah. But I want to even go like way back to the Wayback Machine, as they call it.
I like the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
To the mini moon ago.
Many moons ago, it might be when I was all younger, skinnier, and better looking.
I was in my early 40s back then.
And now he's in his late 50s. So wait, how? Wait, 5?
Galvin and I were in our 30s.
Yeah,
I wasn't even in my 40s. Damn.
No, I guess I was. Yeah, I'm only 43, so I guess I was in my late 30s as well. Tony has always been in his 40s, and will always be.
Born in his.
Yeah, and I think he's Benjamin Button, but he just lives in his 40s. Yeah, never aged.
It doesn't age backward or forward.
He just stays the same.
I would be fun with that.
You and me both, actually.
He was 18. He was like, "This is not for me."
Yeah, I'm done. But I want to ask each one of you guys, first of all, to go back to the beginning. And we talked about your origin story. We're not talking about that. I'm going to talk about the first couple episodes. Like, how did you guys feel about them? How did you guys, obviously you guys are more confident probably now. I mean, maybe not Patrick, but most of you guys
Actually, no, he's probably...
No, he hasn't. Gavin might be no, I'm sure you guys are more confident and more like you know what you're doing a lot more than you did before, and you change things here and there as you needed to, evolved. I guess it would be the good word for that.
Yeah.
But I want to hear kind of how you guys felt like when you guys said, "I'm going to sit down," different setup than this, even from what I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And
we were in my apartment, and not even the one I live at. We were at
you were at that one because I did on my first episode.
Yeah, the one, the Caroline.
Yes, the Carillon.
Yep.
Yeah, right by Courtside.
Yep.
Yeah. And so when you guys did that, even before you had another, guest or anything, or me on or anybody else, how did you guys, what was your thoughts? Like, was it scary? Were you nervous?
I was nervous as hell.
Oh, absolutely.
He used to have to drink every time.
Yeah.
So did Gavin. Well,
No,
I was not alone in that
I get
drinking
that.
scenario.
I get that.
That's like saying I wake up every day.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
But we did I remember the first one, because back then when we started, we were like, we always want one in the bank in the event we can't. And then finally we just said, no, we're just going to make sure we can show up on time every week. So we would record 2 or 3 episodes, especially in the beginning. And then I remember in between each take, it was just after COVID. So I had a bar that would make, people cry. So I was like, Gavin, you want a drink? It's like 11:30 in the morning. He's like, yes, sir. And then we would just have a couple drinks in between takes. And you can honestly tell the difference, like when we weren't drinking and then like the end of like that second episode, like, let's go ahead and turn off these mics and come back in the next.
We are bringing on this episode, so who knows what's going to happen. Yes, especially in the second one.
We would pregame pretty heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, so, no, that's great.
So
We called it the the creative inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, your creative juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like swing oil on a golf course. Same function.
But I remember being stupid, so nervous during those like first few episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I remember the first time that I actually heard my voice on like playing back because we didn't have video when we first started, and that just like I kind of have like a Lois from Family Guy ask, oh my God, is that how my voice easily?
I feel when I have to help Tony with the edits. Like, is that what I sound like? People sign out to listen to this?
You never want to hear yourself or see yourself. I'm king. There's a reason I'm normally behind the camera when I'm like in movies and stuff. I don't, I do my cameos here and there, but even that is far and few between because it's just one of those. And I think my voice is annoying, but
Well, I've always said I had a face for radio and a voice for silent movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is in some hundreds years ago, and it's very true. Your voice in your head is different than your voice that you actually project into the world. And when I first heard that back in the day, it was almost like the Matrix, where like my mind blown. Like, wait, what? Wait, what do I sound like?
Possible?
I mean, I was way younger, but I was like, what do I sound like?
Hey, with all the editing tools, I can sound like Chuck Norris.
Well, nowadays,
Why didn't I take the blue pill?
we all should have.
Right.
But
Now, I'm the weirdo because
Yeah.
I actually enjoy hearing myself because I'm an incredible narcissist. I was going to say, that's a huge sign of narcissism.
that's right.
But, what I'm saying is, I've never...
If anyone's a serial killer in this, group,
Yes.
it's Sam.
Yes, I am. But no, I actually, because I've heard myself a lot in the past because when I used to do stuff in recordings and stand up and I would record that. So I knew what I sounded like.
Well, you were kind of in the world of film and stuff.
Yeah.
For like that, I mean, that's kind of how we met and stuff too. And we'll talk about Tony Arnold and stuff too. Shortly. But, I know that's sort of how we all met. So that kind of tracks to me.
Yeah.
But were you weren't nervous at all? Or you?
I had no problem with it because I really wanted to do it.
You're fucking lying.
I'm not lying. I'm just...
Oh, no, he did.
No, I'm sure. I can see that. No, you've always been very confident.
So he asked me
Yeah.
when we went out to play golf one day. He was like, hey, man, I want to go play golf. And I'm like, okay. We'd never played before, but let's go do it.
And then you whooped his ass.
And then we were just out there playing. And then hole 8, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Okay, care if I tee off?
Can I go? Yeah. Or are you gonna keep talking? Like, let's go.
Okay, hit this putt or we.
Yeah. Do I need it?
And so I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He was like, you want to be honest? Like, why not? You know what?
He's like, yeah, not really, but whatever. That's cool.
And then he was dragged in, and now he's stuck here for 5 years. How does it feel to be in it?
So Tony cheated with me. He saw me at courtside. He saw me do my second shot of the afternoon. He's like,
that's how you do it.
Ask him. Like,
ready. But that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You don't just.
Tony's a great salesman, so he took me out to do something I enjoy.
I mean, he might be a friend. I don't forget. No, that's
I will say though. So I've gone back and over the years and listened to all the episodes. And if you listen to the first, let's say 4 or 5, well, especially the first 2, it's all 3 of us. It's very monotone because again, we didn't know we were
just talking into the mic because
we're still finding our voice.
You could do what we're doing right now. We're just having the conversation.
Yeah.
So now we can jump into it. It's a lot more. It sounds a lot more relaxed. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
It is relaxing.
No, it is. I think you guys have really grown, and the things I've seen you guys do, even when you're at Sunscreen. I mean, you're getting people after people a lot of times, and you're having these great combos with these people you've never met before. Some are sort of celebrity types, some are just nerdy filmmakers, and you also, I think you guys, and this is a compliment, being who you are, have made people comfortable that they can just talk to you.
Yep.
Because you're not these like. You see these podcasts and people are like, oh, this is
my
podcast.
opinion.
Yeah, this is my opinion, and that we're sticking to it.
Yeah.
You guys are very open, and you're cool to hang out with.
Very chill.
I will never say that again, but I will say that. But now you have it on tape, on video.
The internet.
It's on record.
Delete that. No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys are. I am friends with you guys for a reason. Like, I do really.
So
Even though I don't see you guys as much as Tony, I do every time I see you, I say, how's Gavin doing?
Yep.
How's Patrick doing? Did he get fired yet?
I just how you're like, how's fuck Patrick?
No.
come on,
No, actually, what was the names? I know his numbers. Frank and
I can't remember.
oh, we should have added that to the list.
Was it John?
No, weird. It was like that, like a drunk lady.
Have a drunk guy was like called. I mean, and you can look back. There's an episode where we have. I think it's more than one.
Yeah,
we talk about this funny situation where basically we changed their name.
some random dude changed our name.
Yeah, well, that's what I say, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just ran with it for like half a day. No, that's great, guys. No, okay, so let's get into some of the guests you guys have had.
Okay.
You guys have had a lot of guests. I mean, you sent me a list and it's pages. And even that you said is not everybody.
Yeah.
And we apologize to anybody we don't include. It's not whatever, we only have basically 2 hours that we're going to do this. There will be a second part. It's like Back to the Future. Well, no, there's 3 of those. So
Yes.
it's like the only good Terminators. There's only 2 of them.
I feel like James Cameron will do another one in 10 years.
Yeah. 10 years. Yeah.
We'll do this again. 5th-year anniversary.
Yeah, the 10-year anniversary.
10 years later.
After we take a sub to the Titanic and we come back
Yeah.
effectively wrong. And
Yeah. And we kind of met through actually Tony Armour, who
Yes.
runs Sunscreen. I've known him for years. He was the film commissioner, basically when the starter, or at least right before.
he was our first guest.
Yeah. And
Crystal was it?
no, we're gonna go back to Krista. We will go back to Krista. I just want to. I'm talking about it because I know Tony. No, a long time. I've come on here and talked about Sunscreen and talked about Tony. Love Tony to death. Having him, and he was your second guest, maybe. And let's say,
Yeah, I think he was. Yep.
I mean, having a guest is different, and even Krista, we can talk about. How were you nervous about those calls? I mean, you probably weren't, but you guys don't really know Tony probably as well.
I was a little.
You did.
I was more nervous with Tony Armour than I was with Krista.
Yeah.
Because like you said, he's got such a background in not only in the film industry but in this area.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to piss this guy off. Like, we want him.
He's a good person to know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
So Tony took the lead in that interview for the most part because he had a personal connection.
He's got the confidence for that. He will.
Not even the company. He's just like, I didn't know. Like, hi sir, how are you? Yes, thank you for joining. Tony, please talk to this man.
And not only that, I think like at the beginning of it, before we even started, before we were doing the recording, he was like, "Hey, he's telling us about the film festival and like getting us out there." I'm like, "Oh, we can't fuck this interview up."
Yeah. No, I'm sure. And you didn't. And obviously, it led to you guys joining us probably the next year after that.
Yeah, it was.
You've done 4 years now.
No fun.
No, you've done 5.
Yeah, so we.
Oh, you did. That's
Every year we've done.
That's not what I meant you after.
Yes, that's the first.
Yeah, that first year you're upstairs doing paperwork.
Yeah.
You're like, who the fuck?
I know. It's like, who are these nerds? like from no. It was great. And then obviously
Ogre didn't.
I'm slowly trying to take over the podcast. As I said, this is my podcast. I am the podcast guy. I'm gonna tape up the back where it says guy. Yeah, just a red line through it. No, that's good. And do you remember what you guys? I mean, you talked about Sunscreen, but anything else you guys talked about?
With Tony?
Yeah.
Talk about his career.
He gave us a background on the commissioning. He talked about at that particular time there was either a film or a documentary that George Takei was part of.
Mm-hmm.
So he told us about that experience where he's like, "Oh my!" He's like he did the impression of the famous "Oh my." He also talked about the dolphin
Yeah,
movie they were doing.
Dolphin Tail was it?
No, it was the
No, it was
winner.
It was
Yeah, it was Dolphin Tail then. Yeah.
So that was my question for him was like, what was like how to phrase it? Something along the lines of like most interesting moment that you've had on a set or problem or challenge you had to overcome. And that one was like, we lost a dolphin for the
He's like, how do you can't just go and get another dolphin?
This is why you don't. And he actually said this to me when I did one of our first movies as producers, where we had kids and animals. He goes, "Yeah, you never work with kids or and animals." So I think he's the one that told me that. Like, I mean, you can, but it's like, it's one of the most difficult. And I'm kind of glad I got it over with. It's one of my first like features that I really produced.
Yeah.
Because it really was like, oh my gosh. But now I'm like, I can do anything at this point. But it is hard. I mean, and it's funny. It's ironic. We did a video for my company did a video for the Indianapolis Zoo about dolphins, and we used the fake winter as in that, like, to create. We needed dolphins in that.
Okay.
And it's hard. Yeah. So we used it. The dolphin. They have like a fake foam rubber, version, and we used that as part of our thing. So it's kind of cool to be connected. And Tony helped us get that. So it's great. Yeah.
There's a Disney
got a dolphin
original movie called A Ring of Endless Light that happens to do with dolphins. And
Never heard of it, but okay. And why are you watching Disney?
oh, it's,
Channel?
they're awesome, and I grew up in that. But nevertheless,
This was probably like yesterday.
but basically, like, they didn't use props because the aspect ratio nowadays is nowhere near the same. So there's a scene where like a dolphin like floats up to the other dolphins. You can see like the hand, like that's an unconscious dolphin just being moved in.
Yeah.
They didn't use props. They just drugged a dolphin.
Yeah, that was probably the 90s, I would assume. Or
Nine.
yeah, or maybe early 2000s.
I think the dolphin was just a diva. It partied all like.
Yeah,
And when I was making
and when it was just had a hangover.
I don't have any screen time tomorrow. I'm fine.
Well, and we go back. I mean, Tony's great. We love him. What about Krista? She was actually your first, right?
He was first. Yep.
You were first. Yep. So Krista,
She was
Krista.
She was not.
I don't know how to say her middle name.
Rather Simpson. Yeah.
Rather
Jackson.
I don't want to say it wrong. That's why I asked. First of all, I don't know her, so tell me about her.
She's a local actress, primarily in horror movies.
Well, so she's changed. I don't want to correct, but just to make sure in case she hears this.
Yeah,
So make sure we address her.
When we originally talked to her,
So no, she's an actor, producer. She does a lot of stuff. She actually was part of a software company as well. But her main thing when she started, she was acting. She did a lot of like horror movies.
Stream Queen, I think is
Which and awesome, like all in the area. And then so I had met her many moons before, around the same time I first met Tony. So
Yeah.
I was in my early 20s and I was doing film.
You were never in your 20s. We did 7.
established.
You've been 40 forever.
I was in my
You're
10, 20s.
Yeah, your early 40s, yes.
And and I went to I was doing a film, but I wanted to go just meet and greet. And there was a small film festival going on at USF. And so I went out there. There was a bunch of horror films and stuff. And so she happened to be her one of her short films was there. Anyway, I got to meet her. And then we just connected through like email and stuff like that. So then when we started this, I said, oh, I still know some people. We were friends on Facebook and I had her email. So I reached out and I said, hey, you probably don't remember me. It's been 20 years. A fake 20 years ago. I'm always 40.
Yeah.
But
20 years time has passed.
Yes.
Hey,
I just have a
Exactly.
yeah. And so anyway, she responded right. Same thing with Tony. Like I reached out to him, kind of gave him both the same spiel. Like haven't heard from me. I know you probably don't remember me. I've done movies. I met you. I'm doing a podcast now. Would you be interested in talking about maybe coming on as a guest? And like immediately or within a day, I got a response. Like that's awesome. So we set it up, and then we exchanged numbers so we could talk and discuss and kind of give them back then we used to give them like a list like prior, like here's how we do it, here's the structure of it, because it was kind of structured. Now we just tell everybody it's a relaxed thing. We'll just
Which I think is better personally.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, we still let the conversation flow, but I will, it was like, hey, because they wanted to know. And I said, it'll be like, we'll do our introduction. We'll introduce you. You can give us a breakdown of what you did. And then we'll go into just kind of like.
I remember we had asked them, like, is there anything you want us to talk about? Like, we would ask for a reply.
Of course, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like, what are you working on?
Yeah, and really, that's all they want to do. Is it usually should be what to promote
Yes.
their thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, you actually just reminded me of something that I want to say to the audience.
To you.
How do you get these people to come on your show? And was that always your plan?
So I always had this one. I always
It was them in long walks in the park.
And Rohypnol. No. After there was like a real definitive line, and I can't remember what interview it was, but then PR firms and directors just started reaching out to us. At this point, we have a backlog. Like we have 2 interviews coming up. They're like, hey, we got to wait a few weeks before we can talk to us. But people are reaching out. I remember there was this one PR firm who I think it was was her name Sarah? She did that LA movie.
I'm talking about Kimberly.
Yes, Kimberly. No,
Kimberly Harris.
She's next on the list, so
No,
talk about her if you want.
she had a PR. Her PR firm reached out to us.
Nice.
And they like, hey, we just listened to your latest episode on Jack Nicholson.
No, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. And we think, it'd be a really good fit for you to talk with Kimberly. And we're like, okay.
And when it got the email, I was a little leery of that because we'd never heard of, we're still fairly brand new. I mean, I think that was our second year. Still had been a second year. And then, so I started Googling the PR firm, and then I looked up her name, and she had a legitimate thing. So on her website for like her projects and stuff, they had a contact. So I reached out and I said, hey, here's my name. We're with this podcast. We got a thing from a PR firm that says they represent you. We just want to confirm if this is a real thing, if you're really connected with them. If you are, that's great. If you're not, and this is a spam type thing, apologize for bothering you. And no, she reached back out and said, no, that's me. And then, we exchanged, we got her contact number. I had a preemptive call with her beforehand, just to just give her a meet and greet, let her know, because she hadn't really listened to the show the PR firm did.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to give her kind of a layout, say, hey, it's pretty relaxed. We're not like a drill down question type thing. We'll ask questions. And then, but ultimately also after that, though, it was really after the first year of Sunscreen.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, we started getting, so we met you guys, you and Ben and Brian, aka Big B.
Yeah, he's on there too. We'll talk about him on that.
And so we database it, but yeah, so that's where it started. We started getting that. And then after that, when we meet people at Sunscreen, they would reconnect with us a lot of times, or we'd meet them. And then I'll get into another story a little bit later down the road.
Yeah.
And then, but yes, now we're getting a lot of, hey guys, I ran across your show. Hey, I ran across, would you mind watching my movie? Now it's coming directly from, some are the PR firms and some are directly from the writers, directors. And they're like, hey, watch my movie. You can tear it apart if you want. We want your honest opinion. I started listening to the show. I kind of like how you guys talk. So like you said, people seem to like the chill.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Movie Talks and Chill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it should be more of that. I'm going to put Gavin on the spot right now.
Do it.
What?
How do people contact you if they want to come on the show?
So what we actually have a couple of ways now. So we have talk to us at movietalksandchill.com. We have our website up now, and which we already had then. But what we also did after I think it was 2 years of the film festival, we got tired of carrying around those business cards, and we have
dots.
It's my wallet's over there. Pull it out. We have a dot card now.
Good.
And and it doesn't work on every phone, but if you tap on the top of it, it'll upload all of our information.
And if not, there's a QR code.
QR code. I was getting there.
He's still good.
Put it on the spot. Hello.
I thought we were going to fire him today. Well, that's why I said that. No,
I was gonna fire.
we were going to fire. I was
Got out on the spot because he didn't have the card, but guess what?
Well, okay, and I also want to do a shout out. What's the email address if anybody's watching and they want to be on it?
And talk to us at movietalksandchill.com.
There you go.
Or movietalksandchill@gmail.com.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, either one.
Or we booked a lot lot of interviews through our Instagram account. So
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been contacted through there.
Facebook.
And you guys have a YouTube channel.
That's how Edward Hickle from Hong Kong found us on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, you too.
who I'm going to give a shout out to. He has liked everything that we have put out since this episode. Thank you very much.
He is actually the most watched YouTuber. It's actually up to 360 views.
Yes.
He is?
Yeah, his interview.
Our second one is the review we did of Nona's.
Notice, and that's well deserved too. So that's a triumph of cinema of a movie. He hated the movie.
I think people watch it just.
You have like
And I just didn't vibe with it. It just wasn't my type of movie.
This guy also doesn't watch any movies and know anything about any movies. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. No, that's great. I just want to do a little shout out and, hey, you're in your 6th year now. Let's make some more people.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
You mentioned Brian Williams. I love Brian. He's a good friend of mine. He's part of Sunscreen. I love him to death. Pain in my ass, but I heard you listen, so agree. But no, great guy. What are your? I mean, obviously, you can just say whatever about him, but great guy. But he was your very early on, right?
So he was right.
Except for me.
Yeah, he was
okay.
right after the
So
first.
we met
Sunscreen.
at the thing, and then you met him at the state festival.
and you came over and you came out and filled in his hours.
Yep. That's right.
And then
Call me and say, hey, can't do it, but you want to come? I'm like, all right, I'll come on.
And then Brian reached out to us, and we were talking to him. He actually reached out to us on that one, and then so he came over to the place. Well, he ended up also bringing a friend of his who was like a photographer.
Oh,
Like the whole time we're doing the show, which was cool. They're like,
Yeah.
It wasn't Johnny.
it wasn't Johnny.
No, the guy who was taking our professional photos this year with the glasses and had like the 3 cameras, he showed up.
And we
Oh,
apologized.
I know you're talking
Yes,
about. I'll
yes.
tell you about it in a minute, and I'll tell you who it is.
But yeah, so he was over there. So it was at the apartment. He's got the long lens out. He's taking photos while we're talking.
We're 6 inches away from the guy. I don't know if he needed
Yeah.
photo, but he had one on there.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know if you can see.
Yes.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think it was, we started having them on, and then Krista came back on again a while later.
Yeah.
Actually, we can get to when we get some of the people.
Yeah.
If not, we could talk about them too. But we've actually had some people that have repeatedly come on because they've reached out to us and wanted to come back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, obviously you.
Well,
and-
I'm more of a, I
Brian.
feel like I'm more of a co-host. Of this.
yeah.
I don't really count. Or I'm the replacement whenever you guys.
I think the only like really repeat guest we had going on for a while was this PA production assistant. She was a
Haley?
PA. Haley.
I was just going to say,
Yeah,
we talked to her on one of those episodes. And on this, she has 2 exclamation points next to her name. So obviously that means something. Talk about Haley for a second. She was great. I met her on that episode.
That one was, I actually reached out to her. So she came across my Facebook friends, like people's suggestions.
She's from Atlanta.
And yes, well,
She was here. She lived
she lived in Sarasota.
Makes sense. Yep.
And at the time, and it said that it had mutual friends that I had befriended through people at Sunscreen.
Yeah.
So I just said add friend, and she accepted. And then I randomly just reached out to her because she had all this stuff about like her, production stuff. And I said, hey, would you mind being on the show? And she had said, well, I don't, I'm not really doing much, but I have done it. But yeah, sure, I'll come and talk to you.
I think
So-
it's pronounced stalked.
No, I did not. I never stalked her.
No.
Stalking implies a fish.
Shadow.
Let me be clear about this. Had I not done all of these things, we probably wouldn't be sitting here.
No, it's true. Yeah, I get that.
Stalking implies a physical presence. He cyber stalked her.
There was no cyber. I said, hey, I found you. I
didn't have a quarter.
I was out there, start out that conversation with a random woman. Hey, I found you.
I believe there's a court order now on Tony.
Unless you're playing hide and seek, you don't say that.
You don't come out.
But anyway, but she joined us on the show via Zoom, and she was extremely cool. Like, she was just so relaxed, so fun to talk to.
Yeah.
And she joined us back on again, and you were with us.
Yep.
I think that, was that what?
Was that after her game show that she was on?
She told me about that the second time.
Yeah.
But yes, it had aired, and I watched it. It was fun, but the one thing I do remember about the episode, her friend joined her. She was talking about Harry. Her friend was a huge Harry Potter fan.
Oh, yeah.
She was going to work, travel overseas to work for some with Harry Potter.
Yeah, she's going to London, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making a joke about heart conditions And she said, I actually do have a Hercules. And I'm like, oh my, and you could see it on, because we're doing video. I'm like, I am so sorry.
Yeah, head just like falls over laughing, if I remember.
I was like, I am sorry. She's laughing. She didn't take offense to it or
No,
anything,
I'm
but it's,
sure, but you're like, oh.
it's probably one of the few
I'm
times
that
you ever
guy.
see me flustered.
Yeah, they're like, I'm that.
Like really saying, normally I say things, I smile, I accept it. But this was one of the few times in my life where I was like foot in the mouth. I was like, no, I have a heart problem too.
yeah, like, no.
It's like two people calling each other the word.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you can do that when it's so personal.
I don't know if we were using YouTube or not at the set time, but if we were, you could just watch me and Gavin just stare.
But we
blankly.
were on video.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Yeah, it was a Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Gavin and I are just staring at Tony like, what the did you just say?
And also,
And was this before you had video of this?
no,
Audio?
we had
Okay, I wasn't sure.
we had started doing video.
So
Like,
whenever we had a Zoom call, we would record that video.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't introduce the whole every episode.
I was gonna say I knew there was a period before this.
Yeah, it was a little while later, but the funny thing, kind of going back to the Kimberly Harris from LA, the director. We've had our hiccups over the years. We've grown. I do remember we were doing that at Patrick's second apartment when we had Kimberly Harris on, and we had a little hiccup with trying to figure out connections of the sound equipment. It was a stupid mistake. That's on me. But we couldn't remember how to connect it because with Tony, everything was fine. But this was like a year later, and we hadn't done it in so long. So needless to say, we switched to just using the laptop mic. But I didn't think that you can't. It's not like directional.
I remember you telling me about
Telling us a whole lot. She's like, I can't hear you guys. She's like, you got to move in. So whenever they wanted to say something, they'd scrunch in, like lay in my line. Probably one of the most unprofessional but funny things that ever happened.
No, that's just that might
There
be
is a reason why I can talk to her.
Tony smiled the whole episode.
Tony probably was like, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm just gonna talk.
Yeah.
Halfway through the episode, I'll hear zip.
And somehow she was like, okay, maybe not the most professional, but these guys are kind of fun. So what we lack sometimes in experience with technical issues, we do make up with just being
of course.
fun.
Well, also, the first time that I go to the film festival,
Oh yeah, who doesn't remember this?
someone doesn't cut on the mic for the sound guys interview.
Lessons learned, hopefully, guys. Hopefully.
Well, fortunately, the two guys, we had one of the mics was good, and they were sitting basically right next to each other.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of pull the audio from the one mic to amplify it.
Yep.
Like separate his voice. And I was able to get it to balance out pretty good. It took me a little while. I've been a little rusty in my editing abilities, but
Okay. All right. I'm going to take it over from Doug just for a second.
yeah.
What's worse, that or Alien and Aliens?
Oh, you want to bring that up now?
Oh God!
It's our 5 years.
I finally had it going.
Goes to this.
And he brings it back up. No, that's great.
I think Gavin needs to give us more drinks here.
Yes.
I think we need to get through this. We're gonna need more drinks.
I'd honestly say
The bartender.
I'd honestly say the mic issue is probably worse because that's on us.
Yeah.
We can play off like, okay, you don't know who a director is, and you get a person to cheat for you to give extra points and win the game's supposed to
I
like.
think he's not upset about the aliens. What is because he won that trivia round.
Had he still, no.
Towards the end.
No, I lost. No, actually, I did win that one.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes. But you tried to cheat. You gave him the points anyway. You gave him extra points for it. Don't think I don't forget these things.
This guy's got a still track.
the answer wrong.
This guy reads the answers off his core.
Yeah.
I didn't get the answer wrong. I got the answer right.
You said James Cameron, but the answer was
No, I said Ridley Scott
no. I said Ridley Scott.
They don't see what we're doing.
because it was a question between me and him. You asked the question.
I thought he asked.
All right. We know who lost, who won. Patrick always loses.
One you
No.
three-way tie right.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's been pretty even.
House always wins, and Patrick is out the house.
Not anymore. It used to be. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
And I'm gonna skip around a little bit.
Yeah.
Whatever. And also, we have so many that we may not get to everybody. We apologize. We will eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's a local guy who I've known for a while. Rick Danford. The Clock. He did.
Yep.
Late guy. I met him I've known him for years
Mm-hmm.
through the community and also Suntrain. Yeah. What thoughts on? I mean, the interviews. Part of this, I want to find out what your guys the behind. I want to give everybody a glimpse in behind the scenes, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
We fucked up on the audio. We did whatever. These are the. How did that interview go? Were you nervous? Did it go well?
So that
Was that in person or was that a Zoom?
That was a Zoom.
Got-
So really, basically, every interview we done minus sunscreen, and a couple ones with Krista and Jenna, which we can get to her later, and you
And me. Yeah.
and but minus the local people have been basically all Zoom. So Rick was another one. Again, I befriended him on Facebook because he knew a lot of the same people I knew, and he knew Krista.
Mhm.
And we started talking to him, and I brought up the story. I think somebody brought up Krista. It probably was me, but I know somebody did.
I know he knows her, so I think.
And they worked together, and he said, "Oh, I know Krista," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, she worked. I met her, and was telling the story, and I named the movie." He's like, "Yeah, that's the movie I worked in." I'm like, "I think I made it." So he was at that film festival that I met her at, was 20-something years ago.
That makes sense. I mean,
And it was one of his movies that I did with. He's like, "Yeah, that was my."
he does a lot of like horror movies, and he's actually working.
And he had just done something at the time. It was promoting at the Clock.
Yeah, the song.
was in. Yeah, Jam was in.
So forgive me if I'm wrong. Like we've all said, we've had a lot of interviews over the last week. This
No, I
is a
know.
professional screenwriter. The writer. No, okay.
Well, I mean, he's a screenwriter.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the one who did. He basically is the horror genre.
Yeah.
Like
He's
does-
locally, he's known very much for.
He was the Hispanic guy. We interviewed him at your apartment, your second apartment.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. I've known him for years.
So we did an interview with an actual professional screenwriter.
Yeah.
That's who I thought that was. I can't remember that gentleman's name.
We'll
We'll get to it.
get to that, I'm sure. And then this is my favorite, and you guys told me to watch it. I did. Ridiculous movie, but hilarious and great. Hanky Panky.
Yeah.
Nick Rock.
Yeah.
Like literally, I remember you giving me a text saying,
Well,
"Dude, you
that's
gotta
not-
watch this movie."
One of the best.
And I was like,
Yeah,
"What the hell am I about to watch?" But I will admit, it was very entertaining and very fun.
Nick
One of
Brother's
the-
such a fun guy to
Yeah.
talk to. I mean, everybody's really fun to talk to. He brought his own energy. He kind of reminded me a little when I first told you guys after we talked to him and actually met him on the interview. He reminded me of a little bit of Shane.
Yeah.
No,
But
Yep.
like that very
Energy.
yeah.
Yep.
And he reached out to us. He found us on an email. He's like, "Hey, came across your show," and he said, "I got this movie, Hanky Panky."
with Seth Green in it for some reason.
Yeah, well, he voiced the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And happy. I mean, it really does.
and he's like, "Hey, man, we're gonna be launching it soon. It's coming out." And I remember at the time he wanted to talk about it before it was gonna come out, like either on streaming or go out to the festival. I can't remember which one it was. And we
I
just
think it was our very first screener too, wasn't it?
yes, actually it was. Yep.
We had watched it.
I'd already been released on like
Yeah.
TV or something.
Yeah.
So you have this one ahead of time, a screener for
Yes.
Yeah.
Is a
They give us a link. to the
pass. Yeah, link the password and you can
That
watch
made
it.
me
Yeah.
feel very. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah.
to watch something.
You made it.
No one else. No one else has seen it before, or like very few people.
Yeah.
And I was telling one of my friends about it, and he was like, "All right, well, where can I watch it? You can't."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh no, we want people to watch it."
I know that's always the hard part. I mean, I get screeners a lot for people, and I give them out, and it's always like, man, I want people to watch this, and I feel bad because maybe someone can afford something or whatever, and then I just being like, here's the link.
But
Also, a shout out to Nick today. I saw you posted that you had an audition.
Oh, there we go.
I hope you got it, and good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
hell yeah.
We'll send you some good vibes.
Like, he was a super fun interview, and then once we were done, about a year later,
Oh yeah.
he reached back out to us like, "Hey, we're doing a big like a promo or something."
Well, it was like a big resurgence because his movie had become so
was
much known as a stoner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
It was right around 420.
Yeah.
And he said, "We're doing a 420 promotion." That's what it was. And he's like, "Can I come back?" So it was random because we hadn't really talked to him since then, but he just said, "Hey, I want to come back on." And we had another great conversation. And then we got into a thing about why there wasn't like a television. He was working on a
pilot.
Yeah.
He was, and he gave us a screener for that. It was really funny. And
It was a TV pilot.
TV.
But the hand got pregnant. That's what happened.
Hey,
at TV.
But he reached out and
I
said,
thought it was hilarious.
yeah. But we got in this whole
I
side
saw too much.
conversation about how I think he got like almost scammed. There was like a person that trying to promote like a TV con or like a not a convention, but like a festival, like
Like a festival, festival, just TV or something.
and he's like, it ended up being a big scam. And he's like,
of course, that happens in that.
That was the part of that episode was like he was talking about actually setting up or spearheading a festival
For TV pilot.
Yeah, for TV pilots, because there's ones that there's a ton of film festivals out there, but there's very few for those film pilots that don't.
I mean, it's something only in the last 5 years has started allowing like episodic kind of stuff. And
Okay.
well, it's hard because the nature of TV in general, or it's hard to say even TV, but like that episodic is that you have to watch. There's more than one episode. You know what I mean? So it's like,
So how do you put the real?
how do which episode do you show?
Yeah.
You show the pilot, but even sometimes that's not, and that's usually what they do. But
There's a
I've had people give me their second or third episode because they're like, this is the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
But then you're also like, well, the audience might be lost. Like,
yeah,
it's very hard. And I get it. And I've had conversations with, filmmakers who are like, I have 8 episodes and I want to, obviously I'd love to show all of them, but
I'm not giving you 3-hour block.
yeah,
time.
exactly. And like you need to pay, and I've had people even submit all of that. And it's like, okay, give me the best one or the one that you think will give you a best foot.
Or I will choose for you.
Oh yeah, and that has happened before. Or I'll just say no. Well,
Wait, real quick about Nick Roth, that interview.
Yeah.
The one thing I really loved about it is like so much, like friend of a friend, he got Seth Green to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got Seth Green to be in my movie.
Yep.
I'm not going to ask him to do a lot because that's Seth Green in my movie. And apparently, like on set, he's like, give me more to do. Like I'm here to be in this movie. Make me in this movie.
well, and not to whatever. I'm friends with Corin and David Vestino. These guys are awesome, and they're friends with him. But they're all like that. I mean, they just are like, if I'm here, give me something to do.
Yeah.
Corin's like that. David's like that, and they actually did a show called Starving. I have to send you guys a link to it because I actually might be on Tubi, but don't quote me on that. And it was basically about Corin and David as it was kind of exaggerated version of themselves as starving actors in Hollywood. And there's an episode, it's one of my favorite episodes of it. And they got everybody there. They were going to do a reunion show of Married with Children. And when David shows up, Seth Green is there replacing him. Then everybody, all the guys are there, like, all of them, the what's his name? The dad, Ed O'Neill. All of them are there. Christina Applegate, all of them are there. And then you got Seth Green, and then he's like, what's going on? And Seth was like, oh, did they forget to call you? Like they're, because, and David told me this, Seth, because they're about the same height, about the same look. Every audition they ever went on, it was them two against each other. And literally, that's the story that David told me. And
It was like that episode of The Entourage.
oh yeah, it's very. Oh yes,
Where
he's like, yeah,
with who's the
Little Bow Wow.
turtle? Eric.
Eric, yeah. And again, it's the same kind of thing.
They're like
Literally, that's what it was kind of based on. Was that rivalry?
That's freaking awesome.
We did an episode on Martin Scorsese, and we were going through his filmography, and apparently he did a short film about Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio showing up to audition for the same role.
I've never seen that, but
It's listed as the short film. It's not listed where you can watch it.
yeah, I'm like, all right. Well, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we needed somebody from the dark web or something.
People call our people.
Yeah. No, that's great. All right. So again, I'm going to skip around a little bit here. How about you had somebody from Australia?
Yep.
Sydney, Australia.
James Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes, Jane Morgan, Anno 2020, ANNO 2020. It was on the list here. I don't know who that is, and I'm sorry I don't watch every episode you guys do.
No, that's fine.
Fine, but I'm always
The one time you do those, the one episode I call you out on.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute,
That's awesome.
well, I do watch them. I watched like 2 episodes ago. Well,
I believe this was our first interview outside of the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because I know you did Hong Kong too. We'll probably get to that.
I did. That was
Right,
the,
we've only done
How-
2 international.
yeah.
Well, and I want to ask you, like, that's a different time zone. I mean, literally, like, they're in the future right now.
Yeah.
It is.
How did that? I mean, you guys used to. Now you changed it to Wednesdays, but it used to be on Sundays.
Yeah.
And I mean, did that affect your ability? I mean, obviously you don't want to say no, but I'm sure there's part of you that's like, oh crap, I got to figure out how we're gonna. And they're probably cool about it. They understand too. But
Well, Australia, we did it at the time of the year, so because of the way the hemispheres work, we were a little bit closer than we normally were.
yes, and there is a part of the year, yes, that they're.
So we were able to do it at a relative. I think we did it like 10:30, 11 o'clock, like we normally do.
Oh yeah. It was probably just later in the day for them.
Yeah,
Is really what it was.
it was probably like
Like probably 10 or 11.
It was
Night time.
yeah.
Okay.
So that one, and for Hong Kong, we did push it up an hour. He's like, "Can we do 10 o'clock? Because that's 10 p.m. my time."
Yeah,
like,
any other
That's
doctor
fair.
in his cell was there,
So that makes go through a little about 12, but it's still kind of you have to work around it sometimes. I mean, I've had in just my business, even with LA, I mean, it's 3 hours, and there's behind us, so there's been times where I have to wait till 8 p.m. to do a call because it's for them it's
in a previous life,
6.
I was having to do time zones in my head to try and figure out when I set calls up.
Don't let me do that. I've done that before.
I 12 to 12, as long as you can get people to say, you know what, I'm okay with the 7 a.m. call or I'm okay with the 7 p.m. call, you're golden.
Yeah.
It's when you get into like CET, which is Central European time, which is 6 hours ahead of us, or London, which is 5, that is where things get tricky. Like, there's a very limited amount of time where I'm willing to talk to you.
Yeah. No, you probably won't get Patrick. No, you're in any of those areas.
His time is precious.
His time's precious.
You're damn right.
I just going back to Anno 2020, that was a really cool movie. It was interesting the way that he worked on it too, because it was during the.
I was asking, is that during the pandemic?
Yeah. Okay. The movie was about.
So yeah.
Is how people's lives around the world.
No, that makes sense.
But the places that they were filming, like because he was in Australia.
But one was in like Rochester. One
Right,
is
they were across the globe.
Oh, wow.
And so he's he was talking about sending notes to on the screen and or like the lines.
like he would get the dailies, then send notes as an email.
Yeah, exactly.
He was basically directing it from Australia.
Yeah.
So we had like people
Over Zoom.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest, during COVID, I did that too. I had someone in LA. We had a guy that came in and set up. We had access to all the cameras and stuff via Zoom, and literally we're sitting in my living room. I was able to direct a commercial, and it was insane. And then I also said,
I think she was Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder.
"Oh well, yeah,
Punch
yeah. Oh, it was with the big hands and everything."
Somebody get me a Diet Coke.
Yeah, no, it was interesting, but it was also kind of fun. And I actually remember afterwards going, I could keep doing this. And then, then it ended and I was like, all right, I guess I'm not going to do this. But I could do it.
Take a big step back and fuck your own face.
Exactly. No, guys, that's great. Guys,
I still remember laughing my ass off when I realized who that was. Who Les for?
oh, yeah.
No.
Like, wait a minute. He keeps saying, by the way, I just saw a thing with him. He wants to do like a spinoff
Oh, really?
about just that character. Everyone would. Like, make that movie. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, the fact that he's on board with it without
he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Also, have you guys haven't seen Odyssey yet, so that'll be another episode. But
Oh, yeah.
But he came out to like the VMAs or something as Les Grossman. And
no, he did, yeah.
Right.
But what I was gonna say, you got to watch the video of him literally flipping his shit about Odyssey and about 70 millimeter. Like they let him into the booth of the AMC. He saw Odyssey. He's not in the movie.
Right.
He just saw it with a bunch of people in the whole movie. I guess they said he kept yelling, "This is the best shit I've ever seen," or something like that. Literally, you think about all these staff are there. He's like, the staff joined me. Like it's just him and like maybe a couple people he knows and the staff at the AMC. And they all said he just kept going, "This is fucking awesome." It's IMAX or whatever, and he's got a private screening.
It was the first movie to ever be fully filmed on.
And
Yeah.
Which is why I tell people watch it on IMAX. Trust me, it's better than that. But that'll be it for another episode. The video of him is they took him up to the booth to see because it's actually 70 millimeter film, and he's like jumping up, like he's like he's like jumping up and down. He's like, "This is how film should be. This is how we should be making movies." And he's like flipping, and I love it. I was like,
he went full Oprah moment.
yeah. So other one that who is like jumping on the couch
With Oprah or Ellen, like where he.
I think it was one of those two.
It was Oprah.
I think it's Oprah. Yeah, And then, yeah, so it's just fun. Just watch it when you have a chance. I know we only, I think for this episode, we have like 10, 15 minutes left.
Got about 10.
About 10, okay. I'm trying to keep an eye out, and I, don't want to miss anybody, but, and we kind of mentioned him earlier, and he's a buddy of mine, and I'm biased. I also helped work on this movie, Shane Brady and Breathing Happy. Great movie. But you guys met Shane, he's a great guy.
Yep.
Was that your only time have you interviewed?
No, he was at the Sunscreen that 1 year. He was like year 2 or 3. We met him.
Okay, yeah,
He
yeah.
replaced Gavin for that interview.
That's right.
So yeah, Shane takes over Gavin. You take over for me, and
And that's a better podcast.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Shane's great, but yeah, how's that? Actually, you know what? Even before that, because now we're talking about sunscreen. What is that experience like? Because it's different. Because you're not here. We're right now. We're in Tony's apartment. Let's give his address for people.
Yes.
yeah.
It's
No,
7.
Yeah. No, but you're not here. You're out there. You're getting people that are filmmakers coming up. And you usually have a pretty good stream. I mean, it's every day. I mean, I think Saturday probably is your best day. I'm guessing.
Usually,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Usually are, one of our
Sunday's probably the slowest. Friday's probably okay.
Sunday actually picks up, but later. But we just, this year was the first year we said we weren't going to record on Sunday.
Yeah,
We're just,
and you missed out on all of them.
I know, right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I love going to Sunscreen. Don't get me wrong. Every year, I'm so excited when we get to know where this is going. Oh, shut up. But like when we get close, we're doing all this pre-work. Like this is just such a headache. And then we finally get down there and we start doing what we're doing. It's like I fucking love doing this. This is amazing.
No, I'm glad.
And then I go home and sleep for 72 hours.
No, but you also go to the parties, the
Yeah.
events, and you meet new people. And no, I think personally that's been a great thing for you guys. But
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely. And I think also just the energy of like the people that are there. I mean, yeah, you've got some of the, interviews and the people we talk to are, high energy but they're still, everyone's still passionate about what they've done.
Oh, yeah.
They've created something that nobody else has because it's theirs. And that's probably I could probably say the biggest thing I pulled from doing this.
Well, the biggest thing. I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
Let me finish. But when I first started this, I've always loved movies as an entertainment, but now I have so much of a greater appreciation of them as an art form. And now I can firmly say to people that say, well, the book's better, fuck your book. Your book employed 3 people, the writer, the publisher, and whoever the marketing campaign was. Movies employ thousands of people across the world. So yeah, your book can kiss my ass.
yeah,
But don't stop writing.
well, we need the books as to make the movie.
Yeah. So keep making the books and then shut up when we make them.
Yes. Yeah. Let people just make the movie.
I would also add to that. I'm not going to speak for them, but I think they might be on board with what I'm going to say. So be on board.
Make me.
But so the first, I love it. Personally, I've always loved going there. I think it's great. The first years, I mean, they've all been wonderful. First year, didn't really know what to do. It was kind of, like I said, where you show up, somebody else sets you up wherever you need to be. Then the second year came back, still nobody, I mean, except for the people that worked at Sunscreen, nobody else remembers because it was different people.
Second year, real quick, is when we got the ideas for the podcast, guys, because that's when somebody came up to us.
Miranda rolled on.
Yeah.
Miranda.
So
You're the podcast guys.
yeah, and she said, I was looking for you guys. You should have on your shirt. You should say the podcast guys. So that's exactly where we decided to make the shirt.
Back of the shirts. Yeah.
Because then we had the golf polos with the logo.
Yeah, that's right. Which I still haven't gotten one of those, but that's all right.
Well, we only had 3.
Actually, those we originally bought. We only had the 3 of them. We can give you a retro one. We'll order it.
That'll be your Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I only wear this T-shirt. I don't even wear the polo anymore. You know,
Do you wear an extra medium?
Maybe extra large probably is better, but
But what I was going to say real quick is, aside from that, so after the second year, but the third year and on, and what I think is great and really kind of shows also what the people at Sunscreen are like as well, is we became a part of it. I'm not going to claim that, yes, we are ultimately part of Sunscreen, but they started calling us the official podcast for Sunscreen. But after year 3, and especially last year and this past one, this year's one, when we got in there, they're like, hey, great, you guys are back. where do you need to be? Do you need anything from us? It was almost like they were working for it. Not that they were. We wouldn't accept that. We'd be like, well, no, we got.
No, but you earned a place. Everybody earns their place. That's with everything. You know, it happens on movie sets. It happens on everything. You guys, yes, if you started, I'm sure Tony was just like, just do your thing. Second year, and then by then you had met me and you met Brian.
Yeah.
So we were, I think, helped you a little more.
Yeah, you guys invited us
always
back
busy.
down. Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, do that, and then I'll send people to you or whatever. And then I think as you go, you know, everything always kind of starts funneling in. And then the last couple of years, I feel like I didn't even really help you guys. It was people I had people even asking me like, hey, where's the podcast guy? Like, and then I was like, guys, where are you at? You're like, you know, passing out.
Especially the day that you wear our shirt. And
Yeah, no, yeah.
like, hey, you're gonna.
I'm like, no, well, yeah. I was like, I don't know where they're at right now. I was like,
guest host, but
yeah, I was like, I'm just running the shirt.
It's like something going around having pizza. You
Yeah.
can wait.
by the way, you too could have a shirt.
Yeah.
Low price of $25.
But I do want to say this a real quick story before we're almost done with this part of the episode. Is that when I realized that we reached our pinnacle at Sunscreen, when we really made it.
This last year.
Not 2026, 2025. So 20th anniversary. So
Blowout year. Probably even everybody's best year, I think.
which was perfect for what happened. So I have a buddy of mine, Rob, who's a big lover of movies, and him and his wife, we've gotten to come out the past couple of years.
I remember, yeah.
To kind of check it out, and they really enjoy it. They're like, oh, this is great. Well, my buddy Rob, this is year 2025, 20th anniversary. He had come up and he called me on the Sunday after we were done. Came back home after we got done, doing our downtime. And he calls me and he's like, hey, I want to thank you again, for letting me come up. I feel it straight. He's like, dude, he's like, all right. It was surreal. He's like, because I know you and we're just friends from high school and you're just a guy, we're just guys to each other. He's like, but when I was in the bathroom at the AMC theater, he's like, there's about 5 or 6 guys in the bathroom talking about, he's like, hey, did you see that poster for the podcast? And he's like, all these guys are at the urinals talking about you guys.
You made it.
I was like, that's when, men are at the urinal. And their topic of conversation is,
You made it.
I think we made it maybe even this year a little bit more. And I know we're running out of time. So it was on Friday and I wasn't able to make it this year for Friday, but I remember you guys told me this story. You guys went downstairs for a quick break. You came back up. There are already people at the table just talking.
Oh, that happened all the time.
No, that was
2 years.
Yeah, that was 1 year ago.
That was again this past year. On that Friday, I wasn't able to make it.
No, that was
We've had people up there waiting, but that 1 year, that was after we did
Rachel Paulson and her.
Fan.
I was going to mention him, but we'll bring them to you next. They'll be in the next one.
We'll fast forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had interviewed with them already, and then they brought up their other friends.
That was like 5 women.
Oh, yeah. Sure. As it was
Towards the end of the day, they
That was the day I had to leave early because I was having like a serious.
Yeah, you had the allergy.
Yeah.
But not Rachel, but her friend is at my laptop.
Oh, yeah. She's trying to sign into Tony's laptop.
Yeah, I see them all. I'm like, okay, I guess we don't have to do anything, man. No, it was her friend.
it's really
But relation is with her.
Not password?
Well, yeah, I just see her like with the mouse and
1, 2, 3, 4. That is the password.
Change the password of my luggage.
yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Wait,
5.
that's the same as my password.
which is why you don't leave any personal, private information on your laptop that you bring with you. Oh, that's just people on site.
Okay.
Trash collectors.
Oh, okay.
Roll in the big bin.
Okay, trash. We got some.
Yeah.
Patrick, go out there. All right. We're
But,
close
yeah,
to the
we
end
should-
here.
yeah,
So
we should
my
have it
podcast. So I'm going to wrap this up. All right.
Episode 1.
No, this has been great, guys. I will say, let's take another drink, man.
Yep.
Toast. It's been 5 years, and we only got through like a third of our list, so
I know.
I'm gonna have to speed this up on the next one. Put that in there, right? We will be just like Back to the Future will be to be continued. So yes, I'm having trouble saying that. To be continued, guys. Next episode will be part 2. Part 2. That like Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah.
This is
Charlie Sheen's going to shoot a chicken through you.
Yeah, exactly. And join us on the next one next week, I guess. Yeah, next week.
Yep.
And it'll be fun. Cheers.